We now turn the spotlight on John Mitchell, who embodies the powerful message that it's never too late to pursue your dreams. After a year spent in the finance world and grappling with personal challenges, John decided to take a bold step towards a long-held ambition, becoming a lawyer. At the age of 42, he enrolled in law school while simultaneously transforming his health and shedding 150 pounds along the way. Let's take a look.
I'm John Mitchell, and this is my story in Mindset Matters. I am a tax attorney in the beautiful city of Houston, Texas. Been at this game for quite some time. And one of the things that you always have to do when you're out there and out there in those mean streets, as I like to say, you have to get your name out and get known. And so I saw this opportunity and really decided to take advantage of it. I had always wanted to be a lawyer since I was a little kid. And, as I like to say, when there was time, there was no money, and when there was money, there was no time. So finally, I found myself down in Guadalajara and had been there for a few years and was doing pretty well successfully and just had an opportunity where time and money came together. And so, it's a funny thing, I'd been, driven through the neighborhood many times and I would see this law school. I told my wife, it's about that time to think about doing something, move on to the next chapter of life. And one of these days I'm going to walk in there and find out, what I need to sign up and so on and so forth. And so there it was. That's what I did. Now, as far as losing the weight, I was 370 pounds, gigantic. And I had some really bad health concerns going on at the time. I remember having this conversation with my wife, Melania, and she said, I wake up at night and look at you to see that you're still breathing, and I don't want to be without you. And I thought, man, it's time to, go on some routine of diet and exercise and get healthy and make sure that I'm around for a good long time, hopefully. I tell people this from time to time. In fact, if you are in a place in your life and you're not happy with that, then it's incumbent upon you to, make those changes and do something different. Because I'll tell you, it's like that old saying, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step, right? And so you got to be willing to take that first step, and you got to have a why. That's very important. So you got to have a reason why you're doing what you're doing, and then you just got to put your mind to it and persevere. As I said, when I was a little kid, I started wanting to be an attorney, and I'm talking like a small kid, like 9, 10, 11 years old. And I used to watch not just Perry Mason, but also all the other lawyer shows on TV. And I watched that and I was saying, oh my God, these are the smartest guys in the world. They've read all those books because, the famous shot of the lawyer in the conference room in front of all the books, And I was, the smartest guys in the world, and they're standing up for people. They're fighting for people. And I have been so privileged in my professional career that I've got dozens of these stories I could tell. But one of my favorite ones is, there was and I do tax law, I don't do family law, but there was a lady and, her husband was suing her for divorce, and, the process server had been looking for her, and she was scared. And she had been hiding out at family houses and, trying to avoid the process server. And she called me, verge of tears. I mean, really upset. Process server's looking for me. I said, come on into my office. And I sat with her and I talked to her and I said, they're going to come and they're going to give you some papers. And she had all these questions. Well, what do I do if, is my soon-to-be ex going to be with him? I said, no, process server's coming alone. And she says, what do I do? Are they going to make me sign something that I don't want to sign? And then it kind of hit me, and I thought, well, this lady is really terrified of what's coming next. And the biggest thing about what's coming next is just to know. And so I was able to sit there and just calmly explain the process, how it's going to work. I told her, look, I'm going to be right here with you, and you're not going to sign anything that you don't want to sign. They're not going to make you sign anything at all. They're going to give you papers and they're going to leave, right? And I saw the lady literally, she let go this big sigh of relief and said, oh my God, now they're going to know that I'm not alone. That's very powerful. And I've had the privilege of being able to be there for people in tough times and have them say, I'm not alone. I'll tell you this, taxes are complex, everybody knows that. But my deal is that I've been at this for 30 some years, and I kind of know this. Read this book before. I've seen this movie before. I know what's coming next, and what the IRS is going to do, and what we're going to do in response. A lot of times people ask me, well, John, what is it you're going to do for me, really? And I tell people, look, first of all, number one, I'm going to give you back your peace and tranquility, right? People are going through things, I mean, not to be dramatic, but I mean, people have committed suicide with the feds after them, right? And so, but I know the end of the story. I know kind of where things are going to head and how it's going to end up. And so I try to just imbue into the client that sense of security and that sense of, don't worry, it's all going to be fine in the end. I love the man in the arena so much that it's in my email signature, and my favorite part is the very end, and it says about the man that goes in the arena and takes chances and fights the good fight, and it says his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls that know neither victory nor defeat. And to me that says that you can be afraid in life, right? You still got to climb in the arena and do your best, right? You can be afraid, but you got to know that you climb in the arena that gives you your opportunity to be successful. That gives you your opportunity to come out ahead, right? You can go through life so scared that you don't take any chances at all. But if you do that, you may have robbed yourself of the possible victory. You've avoided being defeated, but you also robbed yourself of being able to get that big victory. So my advice to people always along those lines is get in there and do whatever that thing is that you're scared of, public speaking or jumping out of an airplane, whatever it may be, get out there and do it, because once you've done it so many times, fear just diminishes, and that's the way you get ahead of it. I hope that this can at least help somebody. If one person reads my chapter and gets inspired by it and does something great for themselves, then my work will be done with that.
Wow, what a tale of transformation and perseverance. John's story is a testament to the idea that it's never too late to chase your dreams and rewrite your narrative. Sometimes it just takes a shift within our own mindset.